Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zwanda Siwera, and in this channel we talk about all things personal finance, understanding all the financial investment vehicles that are out there, making sure that we rightfully use them towards our goals and ultimately achieve that financial freedom, right? So that tools that we use to achieve our goals, it's part of the video today because today we are covering a vision board. And before we can continue, I just want to say that if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe. If you feel like this is something that resonates with you, you want to join in on the journey to financial freedom or financial independence, hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning subscriber, I am particularly thankful and appreciative of you because you guys were patient with me last year. Last year was a tough year for me. I was not able to be as consistent as I would have loved to be. I didn't post a lot, especially on the second half of the year. So thank you guys for your patience. And I saw that you guys were engaging on my community tab when I posted something, and that is really nice. Thank you so much. And now I just want to promise to you guys that I will give you commitment, okay, and I will give you consistency, okay. And I'm not only promising that to you, I'm promising that to myself as well, because it speaks to the conversation of the day, which is vision board and goal setting, right? However, I'm going to give you the vision board video, which is this one, and later I will give you the goal setting video, and I'll talk about why I'm separating them in a minute. Okay, another thing that we'll talk about today would be why it is important to have a vision board, and also what was my thought process when I was creating mine, and some of the considerations that I had when I was creating mine. And all of this, we're doing this so that we can, be closer to achieving our goals and make it easier for us to actually achieve our goals. Okay, so there is reason why I actually separated the two videos, and it's because I want to focus on the vision, and then I'll focus on the action, and that speaks to the description of what the two tools mean, right? Although these tools unique and they are used for different things, they are supposed to be linked, because I believe that goal setting should be transformed from your vision, and your vision board is a visual representation of your goals. So these two links, but they're not the same thing and they don't do the same things, and you will get to see that from the two videos as I share how I am approaching it. Okay, so when it comes to goal setting, it's very detailed. You get to address the how part of the equation, and the timelines of the equation, and you break your goals down into an annual goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, and then to the daily habits that you need to do, or you need to have to be able to acquire your annual goal. And your annual goal should feed into your vision board. Okay, and it is very important to have those daily habits, because it's those daily habits that actually compound into your vision, that actually compound into your annual goals, right? And to be honest, it is those small changes that actually makes the big moves. So be careful on what you do on a daily basis, because you are the compound effect of the actions and the behaviors that you do on a daily basis. So that's what the goal setting is going to be about, a lot more detailed. And when it comes to the vision, on the other hand, for me, I think the vision is more of the way, right? And I'll talk to that in a minute in detail, right? It speaks to where you're going. It speaks to aspiration, right? It is the answer you give when someone says, "Where do you want to be in 5 years?" You can just give them that picture, right? And that's what I think a vision board is about. Okay, I hope I covered it very well in terms of the differences, all right? So now I want to talk about the time frame. As you know, guys, when we set up goals, we use the principles of SMART, which means that our goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and time bound, right? So and I want to speak a little bit on the time bound part of things. So my vision board was created in 2013 and is not a year-on-year vision board. It's a 5-year vision board. So I attended a vision board event last year that was hosted by the book club that I'm part of. And we had a conversation around the team, just talking about the SMART. And when we got to the time bound, a lot of them were saying that they are doing a 2023 vision board. I personally didn't understand that because I was like, if it's a vision, it cannot be based on something I'm doing now, because what I'm doing now, it's more of sight. I can see it, right? If I create a vision board that is 2023, and that's me at that time, it would be focused mainly or influenced mainly on the circumstances that I'm surrounded by at the time. So really, I wanted to give myself a chance to think beyond my current circumstances, and hence I created a 5-year vision board. And personally, I encourage you guys to create a vision board that is more than 1 year. And the reason why I say this is because when you are doing a year-on-year vision board, you focus on the now. Really, it seems like you're not deciding in terms of long term where exactly you want to go, right? So I created a 5-year vision board, and my goal setting is the one that is on an annual basis, because then they feed into the vision, right? So that's how I was thinking about it. And I have a coaching session which I'm attending by Coach Gail, right? And she was talking about a vision, and she shared a quote by Miles Monroe. And it says, vision is the source and hope of life. The greatest gift ever given to mankind is not sight, but the gift of vision. Sight is a function of eyes, and vision is a function of heart. And it goes on to say, eyes that look are common, but eyes that actually sees are rare, right? So what he's actually saying in this quote is just saying that, sight is just for the now. It's limited to your environment. And to be honest, as humans, we can only see, what is in front of us. If we had eagle eyes, we would have a 360 view. And I think that's what vision is. You should have a more beyond your sight type of a view of where you want to be. And that's a gift that God has given us, imagination, thoughts, heart of where we want to be. And also, I also want to encourage you guys to pray about your vision, to pray about your goals, and also consider the fact that there is also a God's will that should be incorporated into your planning, right? So if there are deviations, allow them, because sometimes we deviate so that we can be aligned with what God wishes for us. Okay, so and it speaks to the last part of the quote, which says, eyes that looks are common, and those that sees are actually rare. So let's allow ourselves to see, because seeing means you're seeing and you're understanding. So having a perspective instead of just looking, and having to make decision based on the things that we're seeing that are right in front of us. So that is the reason why my vision is long term, and the reason why I would encourage you to actually make yours a long-term vision and set up then your goals on a year-on-year. So I personally love this season, guys. I love the season of goal setting. I love the season of, planning again. This season that we have in January, I love it. And the reason why I love it is because it allows me to set the tone for the year. And I'll speak about giving your year a theme in the video for goal setting, because it's also very important, right? And the reason why this is so important to do this is because life get busy during the year. If we're being honest with ourselves, really at some point during the year, we are just going. But if you set up your plans, you set up your goals, you set up your vision, then you can just tap into resources and systems which you have created so that you can still attain and get to where you want to be. So this is the reason why I actually love this. However, there's a lot of people, or a lot of trend, or I would say negative connotation, that I saw in the beginning of this year, where people were just saying, well, I don't like vision board, I don't like goal setting. Someone said, I don't like it because I don't follow it anyway, which is a good reason. If it doesn't work for you, why are you doing it? But I also saw people who said, old me, new year, as as in, like, I'm not gonna set any goals anyway. And some people actually say I hate it, some people actually say it's overrated, some people actually say it gives me pressure to want more and more in life. Someone said it lacks a sense of gratitude, and all of this, to be honest, I kind of get, because there is a deep desire within human being to be unique. So when something is common as this, people tend to pull away and try to be unique, right? And if really this is the way of differentiating themselves, then good for them. However, I want to tell you why I think this is important. I think this is important because if really you don't know where you're going, any direction you take is the correct destination. And that's just it. I think one of the reason I saw was that um I don't want to set goals because it's pressure. I just want to slow down and focus on things that I was doing last year. That is a goal. Even when you want to slow down, it is a goal. There is a way of doing it. You need resources, you need support that you need to identify. And that's what we do during this time, right? So embrace this time, guys. It's a time where you get to sit with yourself, reflect, right? And I'm saying this to answer the part where someone said it's like you lack gratitude. I think the goal setting time actually encourages to have gratitude because it allows you to reflect on what you have achieved. It allows you to reflect at how far you have gone, right? It allows you to acknowledge how much or how far God has taken you. So really, um, don't fall into trap of people trying to trend, saying I don't have goals, old me, what, guys. No, people have goals. People have goals. They are being intentional with their lives on a daily basis, and that's how they get to be something, right? So yeah, I'm just saying, take this serious. It's your life, right? It's really your life. Because if you don't do that, guys, you will fall into the trap of doing things because they're trending. I like this time because I sit with myself, being honest with myself, and hence the long term vision board. Because then throughout the 5 year, I'm focusing on that particular vision board, and of course, allowing God's will to also make alteration day in day. Okay, but I am avoiding the trap of doing something simply because people are doing it and it's not aligned anywhere with my long-term vision. So if you don't set up goals, that's where you're going to be. So that's why I feel that it's very important that really you do this and you take yourself serious. You don't have to share it like I'm doing because I'm going to do it for you. The sharing is for us, the YouTubers, but do it for yourself and be honest with yourself, pray about it, listen to God, and don't be afraid of the thoughts that God is giving you, guys. Because sometimes people think that we want more and more, hence goal setting. No, guys, like God gave us thoughts. And one thing that I've learned to appreciate now personally is the Holy Spirit that lives in me because He's my counselor, He's my advocate, He's my friend. We speak. So the thoughts that comes to me, I'm not afraid of them because I know they are influenced by the Holy Spirit who actively lives in me. Okay. And God says that He will bless you with the desires of your heart. So He knows you have desires. So don't be afraid, guys. Go all out. God wants abundance for you. Okay. So, yeah, this is the reason why I feel that you really need to embrace the time and put some automation and systems in place to enable you to achieve things without really having to fight too hard and having to put too much manual interventions. So I've already spoken too much, but now we can go into my own personal vision board and the thought process that I had and some of the considerations that I had outside of what I've already said. Okay. So like I said, my vision board is a 5 year vision board. And the way I went about it is I asked myself two questions. One was the question of where would I want to be in the next 5 years? This allows you to be honest, to discard the now and focus solely on where you want to be. And it's a nice place to be, right? Another question that I asked myself was, how does abundance looks like for me? Right? And that was amazing because I saw myself as a happy person and I was like, what are things And where do I want to be? How do I want to be for me to be able to feel that sense of abundance, right? And I started looking, and I started looking into myself, and decide, okay, this and this would give me abundance, this would give me joy, this would be nice to have, this is where I would like to be, I would like to attain this. And that's how I approached it, by answering those two questions. Then I started looking at pictures that evoke the emotion of abundance that is related to the answer that I gave to the question, right? Then I started downloading pictures, because I used a Canva to create my vision board, and I'll show you my vision board in a minute, okay? So yeah, and then that's just how I did it. I'm going to show you my vision board just now. It's on my phone because I used Canva. Be patient with me. It's not very far. Here is here is my vision board. Jesus, influencers, how do you do this? Okay, guys, I will I will attach it somewhere here. I'll attach it somewhere there, right? But my vision board also touches all aspects of my life, right? And that's something that I considered when I was creating this, because really it needs to touch on my health, touch on my finance, touch on my business, touch on my spirituality, touch on what other aspects, personal development. And yeah, so I kind of assess those aspects of life, and kind of think, where in life would I want to be around those aspects of life, and so that I'm not biased, because as a personal finance person, I'm most likely to lean more towards money, right? As a gym fanatic, you're most likely maybe to focus on your health alone, but all those aspects of your life also need to progress with you, right? One thing that I appreciate is that this vision board season and goal setting season happen at the same time as the season of Daniel's fasting that a lot of churches actually do. So really, you are very sensitive in your spirit. Holy Spirit is alive. So you are in a safe space. So it's a very nice time to be able to be doing it, especially if you're fasting, right? So what you're drawing from God, then you transfer it into your vision board, okay? So some of the things that are on my vision board, again, I'm going to put it somewhere here. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, hey, this is the snapshot. So one of the reasons why I was saying that having a year-on-year vision board is limiting is the thought that I was having while I was creating it in 2013. So one thing that I was thinking about, I was like, I need 10K subscribers, right? 10K subscribers is solely based on the number of subscribers that join the channel, which is something that I want to attain this year in 2024. So it's going to be part of my goal set, but it shouldn't have been my vision, because the vision is like, where do I want to be as a brand? And that's God giving me some wisdom and knowledge about who I want to be, and hence I joined the coaching the coaching sessions, okay? And another thing that I put on my vision is that I actually want to know God for me, and I want to do so by reading the word, and not to just randomly read the word and quote scriptures that feels good, but to read and understand the Bible. So I'm going to read all the Bible, the verses from Genesis to Revelation. That's what I want to do as my vision. But as part of the goal, I want to read the Second Testament this year, focusing mainly from now with the Gospels, just so I can start with Jesus, because he is the center of it all, right? And that's another thing that I have. Another thing that I'm starting to embrace is my health. It's something that in if I'm sitting down and I'm not doing anything, I wouldn't randomly think about my weight. I wouldn't randomly think about how healthy I am. But as I'm growing, health is becoming important. And when I'm sitting down and I'm making cautious decisions on how I want to be and how I want to feel, it's a thought that comes to my mind that, your health is your wealth, and you really need this body to be able to carry you to all the places which you like. So therefore, look after it. So the exercises that I'm doing now really speaks to the health lifestyle that I want to live, which for now is not very solidified because I'm very young in the space of looking after my health. Okay, that's another thing that I want to have. And I want to be an avid reader. I kind of am at this point, but I want to be intentional on planning what I want to read. Like I said, I'm part of the book club, but it's not all the books within my book club that I like reading. So I realized that I kind of force year on year trying to complete the books that are being read within my book club. And I also have my own personal development areas, which doesn't include books that are on the book club. So therefore, I end up overwhelming myself, so setting myself up for failure. So I want to be able to incorporate the book club's books together with my own personal development and together with who I want to be in future. So in the next 5 years, the goal for me to read is to be able to speak with understanding people better, and engaging them with better understanding, because I think sometimes we are what we are, which is not so good because we lack understanding and understanding of other people, their culture, their ways of doing things. So I want to empower myself on that. And more speaking engagements, that's something that I want to do, and hence also joining the coaching session that I'm paying for with Coach Gail. So I want to be able to be a speaker and speak from knowledge, speak from wisdom, and also being helped by God, to be able to sense what people of God actually need, even when it comes to the YouTube channel as well, you know. So yeah, these are some of the things that I have. I want to expand my business when it comes to property. One of the things that I want to do, which fits into the long term vision of 5 years, would be the goal that I want to do this year would be to get another house. Okay. And yeah, there are many more exciting things. But yeah, this is my 5 year vision, and hence maybe it's congested. But I guess you guys will hear the details of my 2024 goals when we do another video. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you thought was a light bulb for you, or what you think you're going to implement. And if really you just love the video, just give me a purple heart. To be honest, it's been a struggle for me to record. I am not yet back. I'm not as fluent as I used to be on the streets. So really, I would appreciate you just giving me a purple heart to encourage me to do more. And thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it from my side. Goodbye.